of communicate. So we are live. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's session. And I hope many people connect today. So yeah, we are live now. And today's topic is going to be really interesting. बहुत ही मजा आने वाला है because कल के सेशन में हमने इंग्लिश को एक मेन टॉपिक रखा था. That was our center of focus, you can say. And I tried my best to give you those required skill set to enhance your spoken English. You got 3 tips yesterday. तो अगर आपने नहीं देखा है, of course live video भी recorded version में आपको दिख जाता है. If you haven't yet watched it, go and watch it now. Share this particular live session. Call out your friends. जल्दी जल्दी बुलाओ सबको. Let them know that these sessions are free of cost and you are going to learn. I can guarantee that you will be taking something or the other from the video every day, every Friday and Saturday, of course. So हम live जाते हैं every Friday and Saturday. I know it's weekend. बहुत सारे लोग अपना time enjoy कर रहे होंगे. But as many as can join will be great. That's why I started a couple of minutes earlier ताकि आप join कर सको जल्दी से. And अभी 2 मिनट का सेशन भी नहीं हुआ है. 10 seconds are still left. So I'm waiting. I'll wait and I will talk to you for a while. Keep joining, keep pouring in. बुलाओ अपने दोस्तों को. Send them invites. Let them know that these are sessions where they get professional help. Because professional help आज के टाइम पे बहुत जरूरी है. And you also know with AI taking over everything, it's very much required to enhance ourselves. Why I say enhance, rather एक और word मैं use कर सकता हूँ, upgrade. Let me ask you a question before we start today's session. Why do you think Nokia, a company like Nokia that once had monopoly, जिसकी monopoly थी एक टाइम पर, जो the only performer था, only company थी which was creating mobile phones in India and whatnot, right? So why do you think such a brilliant company could not survive or could not sustain in the market? Think about it. जो लोग बाद में भी सुनेंगे, देखेंगे वीडियो को, just go through the timelines. You'll know that how like the answer. I'll tell you the answer later, but I want an answer from your end also. So जरूर type करो in the comment box. I want to know your knowledge. I'm not testing you, but you should be knowing कि क्यों एक particular company survive ही नहीं कर पाई, जो कि monopoly में थी, you know, which was the king. So why couldn't such a company survive? सोचा है कभी? Yes, so they never tried to adapt to the things that were around. नए systems को कभी adopt नहीं किया, कभी adapt नहीं किया, and they never wanted to change. So जैसी story सुनी है मैंने भी, I have no particular source as of now, but the point was when Android visited the office of Nokia, they suggested that Android is going to be the future. Now, since Android was going to be the future, Android wanted that they should have some or the other company, and because Nokia monopoly में थी, of course that was the only company, तो उनके पास और कोई चारा नहीं था. They went to Nokia. They told them that this can be the possible scenario, this is going to be the possible scenario, and Android is the future. they denied to accept the fact, and they were of the mindset कि अरे हमें क्या करना है, हम तो मोनोपोली में हैं, हम तो किंग हैं, हमें कौन ही पछाड़ेगा, which is where their downfall began, right? So think about it. जो मोनोपोली में थी वो सडनली गायब, ऑल बिकॉज उन्होंने चेंज को एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया. दे डिड नॉट एक्सेप्ट एंड्रॉयड, और उन्होंने जावा पर ही अपना सारा काम स्टार्ट मतलब कंटिन्यू रखा. So that is what I'm trying to convey here. Change comes only when you accept that change. Update yourself, upgrade yourself. Okay. And upgradation is very much important. चाहे वो knowledge की upgradation हो, so send it to your friends, share it with your friends, भेजो जल्दी से उनको बुलाओ, call them here. Just enjoy these live sessions. You're going to literally get thrilled. And the positive side of this is that you can ask questions here itself. जो भी आपके माइंड में सवाल हैं, आप मुझसे डायरेक्टली पूछ सकते हो, राइट? सो and of course without any hesitation. So it will be interactive also, and you are definitely going to enjoy it. Anyways, I've waited for around 6.5 minutes now. And I'll keep waiting, keep pouring in. Now let's get started with today's topic. And before we start with the topic deeply, before we get into the topic deeply, let me ask you a simple question. Tell me honestly again, how many of you feel very confident in your mind, but when it comes to speak, when it's time to speak, you just freeze? How many of you feel like that? Think about it and answer. So there will be plenty of you who are going to have the same problem. And trust me, same problem मेरे साथ भी होती थी. I used to freeze. I used to stumble. I had no clue how to react. सारा confidence यहाँ होता था. एक instance था जब I was in grade 3. Grade 3 छोटा बच्चा होता है, but I was good enough at speaking. I was good at quiz. But then my school principal, I was preparing it very, with great devotion. I was preparing myself for the quiz with great devotion. I was well prepared on the day because it was a very good quiz competition that I was going to be a part of. तो हुआ क्या, वो बॉर्नविटा quiz, Mr. Derek O'Brien used to be the quiz master back then. आज राज्यसभा मेंबर हैं, बट ही यूज्ड टू बी द क्विज मास्टर बैक देन. तो बॉर्नविटा क्विज आता था टेलीविजन पे, एंड वी were asked to actually, three of us, two of my other teammates, so we were a team, we were asked to prepare for the entire quiz schedule, and we had done it. But later, when I reached on the day of the quiz, the school principal actually suggested the person who was dealing with the entire team and team building and everything for the quiz. She suggested her that you should not have Nikhil because he is not very confident. He does not know how to speak in English right now. So you can better have somebody else, right? But did that demotivate me? No, that did not. Yes, I used to get frozen when it came to speaking in English, but I was a great third student back then. But yes, I was also a top ranker at school. I used to be amongst the top rankers, so the expectations were high. I understand that, and I couldn't at that time keep up with the expectations, but ठीक है, the situation was such. But I actually developed that confidence over and over again. Like, I worked upon myself, I worked on my language skills. And trust me, within the next 3 months, at least, that summer vacation schedule, I had tightened up my seat belts, fastened my seat belts, and I was able to speak. I was at least able to speak in English. I had started speaking. So a grade third student realized that it was, I cried out actually. And that's when I gained confidence also the spending that time onto doing the same task again and again. So I became very confident later. Okay? And today, as you see me, I'm a confident individual. So it's not that it's possible on the very first day. No, of course, nothing is possible in on day one or day two. It takes some time. So you have to actually follow the process. It's a journey. Just keep pace with the journey. फॉलो करते रहो अपने पैशन को, जो भी आप अपने गोल्स को अचीव करना चाहते हो, just keep following it. You're sure to achieve it no matter what. Anyways, today I'm going to actually motivate you like I did initially with all these couple of stories. I'm also going to tell you the ultimate truth. So like I told you, the with the evidence of Nokia, okay, ये story जो मैंने आपको बताई है, I'm going to tell you the actual truth of where your confidence actually lacks and how you can build up that confidence. It might be hurtful also. You might feel as if, oh, then that is particularly the weak point or the pain point, right? So you that might hurt also, but definitely it's going to bring about a change in you. I'm sure if you focus on the tips and tricks that I give today. So I've given you relatable problems already. I've narrated a story also, an incident of my real life also. Now let me ask you again. You know what the most students actually think when it comes to speaking or to any other activity? Why can't they learn anything new? Why are they unable to grasp anything new so quickly? You know what's their thought process? Think about it and answer in the comment section. Well, they definitely think that they do not have confidence. That is what runs in their mind. Oh, I don't have confidence. To be honest, आज तक मैंने जितने students, जितने भी learners को पढ़ाया है, that is their biggest problem. Sir, मैं तो नहीं बोल पाऊंगा. मैं तो बिहार बोर्ड से हूँ सर. मैं तो यूपी बोर्ड से हूँ सर. मैं स्टेट बोर्ड से पढ़ा हुआ हूँ सर. मैं कैसे कर पाऊंगा? मैंने आज तक स्कूल मतलब कभी इंग्लिश बोली ही नहीं. मुझे कभी बोलने ही नहीं दिया गया. आज मैं कैसे ऑल ऑफ अ सडन बोल दूं, राइट? सो ये एक प्रॉब्लम है. ये माइंडसेट का प्रॉब्लम है, एंड विच इज नॉट अ फॉल्ट एक्चुअली. यू नॉट रॉन्ग एट थिंकिंग लाइक दैट, बिकॉज सोसाइटी और द पीयर प्रेशर एंड एवरीथिंग इज मेकिंग यू फील लाइक दैट. वो कॉन्फिडेंस क्यों नहीं आता? अरे लोग हंसेंगे, राइट? जैसा मैंने कल के वीडियो में भी बताया आप लोगों को लाइव सेशन में, दैट they fear failure, they fear the fact that people will judge, but you actually have that confidence. एक इंसान, a person can do anything, anything. Nothing is impossible. Honestly, nothing is impossible. आप अपने दोस्तों से बात करते हो तो सोचो आप कैसे बात करते हो, तब तो आप कॉन्फिडेंट हो जाते हो, राइट? तो कॉन्फिडेंस कहां से आता है? और कॉन्फिडेंस तब कहां चला जाता है जब आप प्रोफेशनली बोलने आते हो. जब आप घर पे बात करते हो तो आप कैसे बात करते हो? How do you talk to your parents? How do you argue with your parents? And let's not deny the fact that you never have argued with your parents. I'm not talking about the previous generation, of course. Our parents would always say that we never used to argue with our parents. And that was true, of course, but we are a generation who have argued because we felt a little bit of a change. And our parents also let us talk freely, right? So we are lucky enough. कि हमें एक फ्रीडम थोड़ी सी मिली, राइट? सो आर्ग्यूमेंट भी हम करते हैं, राइट? उसमें भी कॉन्फिडेंस आता है, तो हमारा कॉन्फिडेंस तब कहाँ चला जाता है जब हमें इंग्लिश बोलनी होती है या हमें किसी भी पर्सन से एक्स वाई जी बात करनी होती है। वी नीड टू कीप द सेम कॉन्फिडेंस, राइट? सो यू हैव द कॉन्फिडेंस। आप अपने दोस्तों से बात करते हुए इतना खुल के हंसते हो, राइट? यू लाफ इट आउट लाउड। आप कपिल शर्मा शो देखते हो या कोई भी शो देखते हो वेयर यू हैव टू लाफ, वेयर थिंग्स आर देयर एंड यू लाफ इट आउट लाउडली। आप कितने कंफर्टेबल हो जाते हो, कोऑपरेटिव हो जाते हो विद द पीपल अराउंड यू। बट जब प्रोफेशनलिज्म की बात आती है, तब एक्चुअली हम बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशराइज कर देते हैं। नाउ दैट इज वेयर द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम इज। हमें ये समझना है कि प्रोफेशनल लाइफ भी वही रियल लाइफ है। हमें नेचुरल रहना है, हमें बनावटी बिल्कुल नहीं बनना है। वी डू नॉट हैव टू प्रिटेंड। द पॉइंट इज दैट कॉन्फिडेंस इज नॉट मिसिंग। वो कॉन्फिडेंस है आप में, यू जस्ट नॉट यूजिंग इट, राइट? सो द फैक्ट दैट आई एम टेलिंग दैट आप प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में घुसते ही उसको भूल जाते हो इज, यू नो, इट इफ आई समराइज इट इन वन लाइन, इट वुड बी दैट जब आपको कॉन्फिडेंस की सख्त जरूरत होती है, तब वो छू मंतर हो जाता है, राइट? जब सबसे ज्यादा मायने रखता है, when it matters the most, it disappears immediately. Why? Because हम अपने ब्रेन को ये नहीं समझा पाते हैं कि ये भी एक नेचुरल एक्टिविटी है, नेचुरल एनवायरनमेंट है, and it's like gone, you know. So just relax and keep it a very natural activity for yourself. Talking to anybody, professionally or personally, is almost the same except for the words that you use. वो चीज अलग होती है, okay? Now, confidence is not a personality trait. तो इसको आप दिमाग से निकाल दो कि मेरी पर्सनालिटी मेरे कॉन्फिडेंस से जज की जाएगी। कॉन्फिडेंस एक सिचुएशन पे आधारित होता है। आपको किसी सिचुएशन में बहुत ज्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस रहता है, किसी सिचुएशन में नहीं रहता है। सो इट इज नॉट योर पर्सनालिटी ट्रेट, बट यस, डेफिनेटली इट मैटर्स। आपको सिचुएशन में कॉन्फिडेंस रखना will decide how you're going to deal with the situation. It is that simple. I'll repeat myself again. You are not an unconfident or underconfident person. आप में वो confidence है. Like I said, when you talk to your friends, remember the, you know, situation. You are just untrained for the professional situation. That's the only fact. So now what do we require is to prep for the professional scenario. So let me break down the steps for you and let me give you the real reasons also behind कि ये confidence कम क्यों होता है और कैसे इसको overcome किया जा सकता है. Let me tell you each and everything. So the real reasons include, number one, the fear of judgment, जो मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया. We all live in a society and we feel कि चार लोग क्या सोचेंगे. That is what our brain works like. What will the others think? Okay, so it's not the lack of confidence. Again, do not mistake it with the lack of confidence. It is just your thought. आपने देखा होगा, a person who has studied less gets to, gets very confident in front of the people and is able to react to what he likes or what he enjoys. Why? Because he has not given it a thought कि चार लोग क्या सोचेंगे. चार लोग क्या सोचेंगे is the biggest problem. So you're not scared of speaking or you do not have lack of confidence. You're just scared of being judged. That is reason number one. इसका एक एग्जाम्पल देता हूं. आप अक्सर ये सोचते होगे, अरे क्या होगा मैंने अगर बोलते बोलते कुछ गड़बड़ कर दी तो. What if I made a mistake while speaking? What if they laugh at me? What if they make fun of me? My question would look stupid, right? हम अक्सर टीचर्स ट्रेनर्स से भी जब बात करते हैं हम लोग यही कहते हैं, I might sound stupid. No, none of your question or none of your perspective is stupid. Do not make the others feel that. आप किसी भी चीज को इतना कॉन्फिडेंटली बोलो, इतने ट्रस्ट के साथ बोलो, इतनी क्रेडिबिलिटी के साथ बोलो, let them feel whatever they want to, right? Let them react however they want to. ये होता है एंड ये बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है. And let me tell you the truth, nobody is thinking about you and nobody has got enough time to think about you. But you yourself have got ample time to think about you. So think of yourself very positively. अगर आप as a positive person चलोगे, positive mindset के साथ चलोगे, automatically everything will be confident enough and you'll be able to speak in the public. Another reason is the lack of exposure. काफी लोग आते हैं, मैं तो रेगुलरली इंग्लिश में बोलता ही नहीं हूँ, मुझे तो एक्सपोजर ही नहीं, मुझे स्कूल में बोलने ही नहीं दिया गया, मैं कैसे बोल दूं? सो ये लैक ऑफ एक्सपोजर है, मतलब मुझे बोलने का मौका नहीं लगता है. ओके, यू वांट कॉन्फिडेंस बट यू अवॉइड सिचुएशंस. नाउ द फैक्ट इज दिस, आपको कॉन्फिडेंस तो चाहिए मगर आप खुद से आप सिचुएशन का वेट करते रहोगे कि कोई मुझे सिचुएशन देगा तब मैं बोलूंगा. नहीं, ये पॉसिबिलिटी मत ही रखो. बिल्ड द सिचुएशन योरसेल्फ. आपसे कोई बात करने को नहीं है, डोंट बी डिपेंडेंट. टॉक in front of the camera, talk to people. That is what best you can do, because you have to build trust in yourself. That confidence should come from within. Okay, so try and speak in any environment that is available to you. आप क्लास में प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो, सॉफ्ट स्किल्स के सेशंस हैं या कोई भी सेशन है, start speaking in front of your parents, start participating in the class. Whatever opportunities that you get, teachers अक्सर question पूछते हैं, answer them, whether or not it's correct doesn't matter. At least start answering. Let the others laugh, let the others actually think whatever they want to, because those people are not going to help you at all. Because अगर उनको इतनी अच्छी इंग्लिश और इतना ही अच्छा सब चीजें आती तो वो हंसते नहीं. In the previous session also I said the same thing. They wouldn't have laughed at you at that point. They would have rather helped you upgrade yourself, right? So don't think of the people around and don't think of the exposure. Exposure खुद बनाओ, खुद opportunity बनाओ, खुद just talk to yourself. You have, we are privileged. We are in an era where we have so many tools. Camera हमारे पास accessible है. Access it, record yourself, even if shy. I'm not asking you to post it on Instagram or so. Record it for yourself. Watch yourself speak. It is just like हमारे traditional ways हैं कि start speaking in front of the mirror. It is just like that. So whatever the situation is, utilize it. Just make it yours. Speak in the class, participate as much as possible, volunteer to speak as much as possible. And then you will realize that you have the confidence. Otherwise, you'll keep speaking that I lack confidence. Okay? So, reason number 3, of course, overthinking. मेरी भी एक problem है overthinking की. I keep on overthinking different scenarios. But that's not related to my career and stuff. When it comes to professional conversation, I don't overthink very much. I just think of how to say it, that's it. Overthinking kills the facts and figures and everything. So the problem is, आप overthinking में फंस जाते हो कि मुझे और क्या बोलना है, what should I continue with, और कैसे मैं